It's bake day, and first thing we do here is turn this up 500 degrees. Then we put in our cast iron pans. These are what we're going to bake this bread in. Cast iron pan. This is a fry pan. They go together. They fit together. But I'll show you how they're going to be used eventually. But they go in, and these things are going to preheat for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Yep, they're going to get really hot. Again, it's at 500, and it's going to go till it's really hot, and then we're going to take the next step. Okay, everything is preheated. We've got our dough. This has been fermenting for 20 hours, 22 hours, something like that. See what it looks like. It's puffy. It's still nice and round. Yeah, that looks good. So there's a couple of tricks that are interesting. This something you do need really is some cornmeal, something to keep this from sticking to this. I'll show you what that is in just a second. You put cornmeal on the bread like this. You take this thing, which is a baker's peel thing you take pizzas in and out of ovens with. You put it like this, you flip it over, and voila, your bread is there. Now I have to tilt this down a little bit. The next step is to take a razor, some sharp. Oh, by the way, you don't have to have a peel. You could also use the back of a sheet pan, something like that would also work. This is what's called a lame, L-A-M-E. It's a French word also, and it's just really a razor blade, but you could use any sharp, nice knife. And we're going to cut some gashes in the top of this so that it can expand. This isn't the best angle for but basically I'm just doing what I said. I cut a couple of deep gashes into this, right? You see it there. All right. Now the next trick, I'm going to have to move this over to here. You can see this. These gloves are nice if you can get something like this. They're kind of a heat-proof glove. So this cast iron is super hot. Now here's the deal. So there's a deep side and a top side. We're going to create a little mini oven inside the within the oven that's tight and keeps the moisture in. Now you can use a cast iron Dutch oven like this, with a regular top and not this. But this has a great advantage in that you take the loaf and you slide it into there. It's really, really simple. And then put the top on, put it back in the oven, and set a timer for 15 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
See you then. Okay, timer went off. Turn the temperature down to 450 from its 500. And now all we're gonna do is simply take, I'll do it with one hand, see if I can do this. And spin this 180 degrees like that. Another 15 minutes. Alexa, stop. Oh, now it went off. We're recording? We are recording. Okay. So the 15-minute timer went off, and what we're going to do now is actually take the top off of this, like so. Put that in there, and now I'm going to rotate this so the handle is aiming towards the back, and I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. All right, another 5 minutes has elapsed. This is just a quick spin, another 90 degrees, like that. So now the handle's pointing that way, and now 5 more minutes. One thing I forgot to mention is that I had turned down the temperature to 425 for this series of 5-minute rotations. So one last rotation, like that. Set a timer again for 5 minutes. Okay, moment of truth. The last alarm has gone off. Take your gloves. There it is. Not bad. That should be good. You don't need all this stuff that I use. It's stuff that I've accumulated over time. Cooling rack's probably vital in some ways. There are various ways you can work around, but really a Dutch oven's really important. Hot pan holders that really work are really important because those Dutch ovens get super hot. So you need to be able to pick those up. I've mentioned some of the other things that you might give a miss to. The Banneton, you don't need the Banneton, the wire thing. You could use a bowl with a similar sort of shape. Just flour it ahead of time so that it doesn't stick when you do the flip thing. Yeah, and now, maybe the most important thing, you have to let this cool for 90 minutes at least. I know you think, what? I like warm bread. Yeah, we all like warm bread. And the warm bread that you get in a restaurant, for example, has been allowed to cool and then rewarmed in an oven or in some sort of warming mechanism. So don't cut into it because it actually is still cooking. It's got another 90 minutes of cooking to do. It can turn pasty and gooey, and all the stuff that's good about this bread, or any bread for that matter, can easily be ruined by cutting into it when it's warm. The initial gratification will be very high because it really tastes good to have that warm bread, but the remainder of the loaf will not turn out as well as it would if you let it cool all the way. If you really like warm bread, toast it. I'll see you back in 90 minutes or more for the cut open reveal. All right, it's been a little over 90 minutes, maybe a couple hours. Nice thing is it's still a little bit warm. It's okay to eat it when it's a little bit warm. So this is kind of like the best moment in any bread's relationship with its eater. So yeah, this is what it looks like here. It's got a nice openness to it. We're just going to take and cut it. You see that it's got plenty of air holes. It's not like some breads, sourdough breads with really huge air holes. It's called an open crumb. It's not going to be that kind of bread, but this bread really stands up to sandwiches, and it's incredible toast, and it's really good. So then I cut off a piece here, like this. Oh yeah, it's still a little warm. Might be a little, so maybe let it cool slightly more after all those admonitions. But butter. This you can eat plain, especially initially, but butter's really nice. Oh. Yeah. Nice tart. Tang. Yeah. So that's it. Go forth and make bread.